Hey guys, so this is Jesse from Store Fire and Dice. I don't really use social media too much. This is a Twitter that I kind of had, don't really use it, but figured I'd reach out to you. Jeremy from Unsleeved Media, dude, thank you so much for the response, for everything. Really means a lot to me to know that there are people that are still willing to defend thought and fun in the Magic community. Alright guys, so look forward to some other great things coming forward soon. Today has been out of control. One of the best days of business ever. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for all of the community outreach, and the sales were out of control. So whatever we did, we're doing it right. I guess we're just standing up for free speech, and shouldn't be something that you would think needed to be defended, but I guess it does. Let's do what we can to end identity politics. All right, guys. Love you. Praise Keck.
Well, the battle is on. A meme jihad has been declared. Not by me, of course. I would never tell anyone to do that. I would never spam every Wizards tweet or Facebook post with Kekistani flags or Pepes. I would never do that, and I would never tell anyone else to do that. But it would appear as though we have some support. If you didn't see yesterday's video, a small store, well, a large store in New York City called Fire and Dice had the audacity to have a meme flag hanging on the wall, a Kekistani flag. And the internet, led by Reddit, signal boosted by Saffron Olive, created an outrage mob. And within 7 days, they had their WPN status revoked. If you know anything about how hard it is to be a local game store and to survive, you know that this is a devastating blow. Which is why I set up a GoFundMe, link will be in the description and in the pinned comment, to help them transition, to help them focus on other games. Pokemon, Force of Will, Yu-Gi-Oh!, X-Wing. A wide variety of non-Wizards of the Coast products exist out there for local game stores to sell. It will just take them some time. So I figured if the community can rise up and give somebody $80,000 who will willingly spit in their face, I feel like there should be a little left over to help a store that is inclusive of everybody. I talked to the owner last night. He feels obviously betrayed. As a 20-plus year Magic player, and being in this location for 4 years and never having received a player complaint, he's lost. He's lost like I was when I was banned from Magic the Gathering for a meme. I didn't know what to do. In fact, until yesterday, I still hadn't fully given up on them. But if you'll notice the set behind me, it's a small but important change. You will see no Magic the Gathering product behind me. You will continue to see no Magic the Gathering product behind me, and I feel sick that I did that booster box opening just a few days ago. The boycott is on. It's back on, boys. And I'm going to pick up the phone, and I'm going to politely file a complaint with Hasbro immediately after uploading this video. I'm going to leave the 800 number in the description and the pinned comment below. I highly recommend you let them know that you do not agree with this persecution. The comments about this store owner speak a very different story than the internet outrage mob who's calling the man some sort of KKK clan member. I'll never forget walking in there to buy X-Wing miniature products, and when you took the time to ask me about Magic, you invited me to Modern without hesitation. I hope to stop by in the future for more tabletop gaming. MTG isn't the only game I play. This is disgusting. Wotc shouldn't be able to destroy a business just because of a meme. Wish I could do more. I feel sickened that I just bought Hasbro Wotc products. I'm boycotting the brands and trying to gain momentum on Facebook. Best of luck. The owner of the store isn't a racist or a sexist or any other type of ist. Guy has an Asian wife and a biracial daughter. I run a D&D game there on Wednesdays, and I can guarantee the owner has never made anyone feel unwelcome. Well, imagine that. People that actually go to the store have a very different story than losers who wanted to shut them down. I set the goal at $1,000, and I sincerely hope we destroy that. I want him to have a bit of a war chest to be able to support his family in this transition, because we all know that a lot of the profit in a local game store comes from Magic the Gathering products. He has hundreds of players who he cannot serve for PPTQs, which he just had to cancel. He has hundreds of players that he no longer can serve for pre-release, but he can still host his own non-sanctioned events should he want to continue to serve Magic. I realize he's in a tough spot because he's loyal to his customers. His customers still want to play the game, some of them. Bet you a bunch of them aren't going to want to play after this. And this money will help him invest in growing his Pokemon playgroup, his X-Wing playgroup, his Force of Will playgroup. Anything that isn't a Wizards of the Coast product, I want him to have money to invest in. I want him to be able to run ads locally. I want him to be able to pay his bills. Running a store in New York isn't cheap. Oh, and by the way, New York resident Manosaurus supports this banning. Imagine my shock. You know that community? You gave this fuck $80,000. He supports this banning. If you gave money to this man, you should feel sick when you see this. Wotc is a corporation. They can do whatever they want. If a store mocks and goes against their rules, they literally have every single right to remove their support. Or they could have been human, called the store and said, look, people are pissed off about this flag. It's not a big deal, but can you take it down? Boom, problem solved. No, that's not possible. You have to ban them. Ban their WPM, put a man's family at risk to disenfranchise hundreds of players because idiots like Wedge and his ilk are upset about a store that their asses don't even go to. And I can guarantee you, if something like this happened near me, I would be in that store the next day buying shit. But Wedge is too busy cashing his GoFundMe checks and providing no proof of paying his health insurance bills or any of his medical bills. Nobody is saying they don't have the legal right. This is what these anti-free speech people always say. Freedom of speech isn't freedom of consequence. Nobody's saying that freedom or that speech shouldn't have consequence. What we're saying, you idiots, is we disagree with that. Why in the hell wouldn't you handle this like an adult? This store has been serving you for 4 years. Just say, take the shit down and move on with your life. Give the guy a warning. But I bet you Wizards of the Coast just feel so good about this. They feel great. Meanwhile, for those of you that call Hasbro, remind them that Wizards of the Coast sales are down 20% year over year. And maybe if they'd stop alienating their own fucking customers, that wouldn't be the case. Maybe if they hadn't alienated one of their biggest advertisers online, maybe that wouldn't be the case. Maybe if they weren't constantly sticking their nose into politics, that wouldn't be the case. These are the things I will be telling Hasbro. And I put $100 of my own money in this, and I implore you, if you're in a position to help, every dollar counts. We need to show the idiots at Wotc that the real Magic players, not the ones in their bubble, don't care about a Kekistani flag. They don't care about disagreeing over politics. Because when we go into a local game store, none of that shit matters. That's why we go there. That's why they're safe havens. You want to talk about turning places into safe spaces? They always were. Just not to your liking. Well, we're going to continue to help Fire and Dice transition to every other product available, and people are going to learn to love other games because guess what? There's tons of them. And I, for one, feel a lot better about supporting products that don't hate their own customers. Enjoy getting woke and going broke, Wizards. Get fucked.